Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast Secret Dump.
This is the secret dump. And Natasha, you've been out of town now for 4 days. And I just want to point out that I encouraged you to leave. And you're working on a book. And I encouraged you to leave. I stayed home with the kid. And it makes me feel pleasure when you go. Not because I don't like your company, but because I feel good that you're having some freedom to go do your own thing.
Well, that's why I married you.
And I want you to acknowledge that in me.
Oh, honey, I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. This feels inadequate.
It's why I'm with you.
I do like the sound of that.
You give me freedom.
I will always give you freedom. You're
never jealous.
I will never be jealous of you.
You're never jealous of other people. You're never jealous of me. You always want to give me my time. You always encourage me to go do my thing.
Yeah, and you know why I'm with you?
My thing?
Your thing. That thing that you carry around behind you, I have to tell you, Natasha, is a sustaining force in our relationship.
It's heavy.
It's a heavy thing, but it's light too. It's both. It defies its own existence. It's both dense and light as air.
Well, I consider myself blessed because
You are.
it got me to have a partner like you,
Natasha,
who helps me become myself and my best self.
let me tell you more positive things about you, since it is, it's about Thanksgiving time coming up right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the things I'm thankful for about you have a rich philosophical and spiritual life, which I think that you add to the stability of our family with your ideas about the world. You have a confidence that I think is very infectious. You're the life of the party. You know how to throw a party. You know how to decorate a house. You're well-dressed, beautiful. You've got a great laugh, a good personality, and you got that thing.
Honey, that's so nice to hear because that's like, that definitely feels like a goal. Everything you said.
The thing?
Except that.
Thing goals.
I remember my mom was always like, you need to cover your bottom.
Why do moms do that? Like, why do they take...
It's hard for me to imagine saying that to our child.
It's crazy. I can't even... I was in this job today at this writer's room I'm in, and one of the writers was like, yeah, my mom used to say, like, wear sunglasses so you'll get crow's feet. And she was also teaching me about, like, calorie content and calorie counting. And I was just like, oh, why would you do that to your kid? It's so crazy.
Her mom... Was she saying it was a good thing?
Yeah.
Interesting. Might be an age difference.
What do you mean?
Well, like, I'm probably older than the girl in your writer's room.
You are, yeah.
And so for me, I'm like more Gen X, like, fuck my parents.
And she was more like, I love my parents.
I think like younger
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Gen Z, like, kind of think their parents are cool, which is a little weird.
That's good. Don't we want that?
I don't know.
Well, we have a kid. You want our kid to be like, fuck you, mom.
Oh, yeah, I want that.
You fucking lame
personally.
loser.
I don't know if it's good for society.
What do they call us? What are we? You're Gen X?
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, okay, Xer. Right? That's going to happen.
I mean, what are you?
I'm the thing before Gen X. Or
it
after
doesn't have
Gen
a
X.
name, so you're
What's
Gen
it
X
called?
too.
Wait, it's a thing. It's called there's like a 3-year span that isn't connected to any of the things. I'm not
Really? You're
X,
like a lost generation?
I'm not X and I'm not a millennial. What?
No, the silent generation are 90-year-olds.
Alzheimer's generation? No, there's a thing. It's for people that were born.
Gen Y, but like it's
Is
like
that what it's called?
barely matters.
What do you mean it barely matters? We're the coolest.
No. Okay, well, anyway.
We're the fucking coolest. We're right in the middle. We're not old-fashioned and out of touch, but we're also not...
I'm not old-fashioned and out of touch.
You are.
No, I come from a generation because I'm 4 years older than you.
5.
5 years older than you that is more like
Elder.
No, it's just, it has like a little bit more like resignation of the world.
You think you guys are cooler?
Well, that was the idea.
Cool.
Yeah, like
Right.
you're too cool to like believe in anything too much. It's like a nihilism.
Right. There
Whereas,
is a
like,
nihilism in Gen X. Yeah, for sure.
Your generation, because you were raised a few years before me, you're the age of my younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you guys still have a little bit of the millennial false hope.
No, that's
like
that's
happiness.
fair. I think that each successive generation,
or not happiness, false like thinking things are going to be good.
I think each successive generation after not thinking things are going to be good, but thinking things matter. I think there's a difference.
Sincerity. Gen X is not sincere.
Right.
We thought sincerity is like, and by the way, I'm like barely Gen X. Like I feel like Gen X is more like people in their 50s.
What are we called, Laura?
Oh,
No,
we're both Gen X.
You're wrong, Laura. You're fired. You're literally fired.
You agree with me with everything. You have like a nihilistic,
Nope.
fuck everything.
I'm more enlightened than you, Natasha. It's because of the year I was born in. No, wait. I'm not making this up. It's a term. Not baby
You're
buster.
a baby buster. No, that sounds really cool, Moshe.
Baby. Yeah, I'm off of the baby buster generation. No, I'm a Marcas. I'm from the Marcas Busters.
No, don't you know you're not supposed to like you're not supposed to have names for the generations anymore anyway.
I know, it's so stupid.
Although I did go to our favorite hotel when my child was born, and she said, "You have a 7th generation golden root baby."
Now that sounds good. I mean,
that sounds cool. But I looked it up, and there's no evidence online that is a thing.
Yeah, you never heard of a flim flam artist? You never heard of a spiritual huckster?
The root babies.
Listen. The funny part is that the media keeps, every generation that comes along, the media keeps printing an article about how the new generation hates the old generation. So it used to be,
that is a very baby buster attitude.
Oh, fuck you! I want my binky. You know what I want?
Honey, you're a baby buster, and I'm Gen X, and just deal with it.
Let's baby bust some secrets.
Okay.
Hey, so I have a secret. I don't know if it's that weird, but I've never told anybody, and nobody's ever admitted to me that they do this either. But okay, so for like sustainability purposes and stuff like that, I got a Diva cup for when I'm on my period, and I hated it. Like you'd be in public and you want to change it, and you have to go to the sink with your like murderous bloody hands and wash out this Diva cup and then go back into the stall. I just did not like it. And so I was like, well, I don't want to buy like tampons or pads or anything. So like just since then, I just don't wear anything. I just bleed all over the place. Like my boyfriend has accepted that like on my side of the bed, there's like a couple of little blood stains, but like I'll like double up on underwear and stuff like that sometimes if I have to, but like I just don't wear anything. So yeah, I've never told anybody that. And I have like tampons at my house from before that like people have used when they come over and they're like, oh yeah, I used one of your tampons. Like I'll give you another one. And I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I don't wear them. And then I have to stop myself and just be like, oh, well, I don't wear them because, so like with my birth control, and I had to just like make up this lie about why I don't wear tampons. But yeah, so thanks. Love you guys, Moshe, Natasha. Love y'all so much. Okay, bye.
You have a lot to say about tampons, Moshe?
Well, I just this is
you've been through it a bunch?
No, I just was going to say much like the baby busters, there's a term for this too. This is a movement. I think they're called free bleeders. I'm not right. Free bleeders. It's a new thing. It's actually a
having
millennial
a period
thing.
Fucking sucks. And I also heard that even younger than millennial, whatever that generation is, Gen Z, they are getting paid time off for their periods.
You want to know what I heard?
Which makes sense.
You want to know what I heard? 2 generations under Gen Z, they don't even get their periods.
No, but here's what's fucked up. It's fucked up to have your period. We try not to talk about it. I learned at 45 that you're not supposed to flush your tampons down the toilet. Embarrassing.
Right. Is that right?
I still do it sometimes because it's out of habit. And then I'm like, oh wait, I have to take this like bloody thing in my hands.
Maybe you should start free bleeding.
I mean, I basically do.
Here's what I have to say.
But I also want to know, does she put like wads of toilet paper in? Because like I was on, that show we had in Puerto Rico. I had in Puerto Rico. I was on stage. I didn't realize it was my period. I was bleeding. Ooh. I had like a tight, short dress on.
Ooh,
and
mama.
People were recording me. And I was like, I am
good.
so close to like blood just dripping down my leg.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know what is the, like with free bleeding, like, are you proud of that?
Well, here's what I have to
Because
say.
that would have been an embarrassing video.
I have 4 words.
Yeah?
Free bleeding baby buster. That is the future I want to live in. Free bleeding baby busters.
I'm kind of glad I'm Gen X and not a baby buster. That sounds kind of lame.
Baby busters are cool, and they don't mind it when there are videos of period leaking down their legs.
That would be cool. And so I guess I'm curious too. Like, I used to work at a grocery store when I was young, and when people, I would say paper or plastic, and this is like, in the late 80s or 90s, probably late 80s. I'd say paper or plastic, and they would say, when they said plastic, my blood would start to boil. I would just be like, okay, like
I would get mad at them.
I would get so mad at them because I thought they were like ruining the world. And then I kind of like got more into my generation, and then was like, oh, nothing matters.
Come to find out, you were right then. They were ruining the world.
Well, yeah, maybe, but then I stopped caring about it. But I guess what I'm saying is I appreciate the instinct to be like, you know what? I'm not using tampons.
Well, I just don't know what the experience.
Because it's bad for the environment.
I just don't know what the experience of having a free bleed is. To me, what sounds
it's like you're like peeing, but it's blood.
Right. It sounds, the uncomfortable part sounds like the wetness. Actually, to be walking around in wet
honey,
underwear.
What if you have like a short skirt on and blood streaks down your legs?
Again, what I would say is for our caller, the thing that sounds the worst to me about it is walking around with soggy drawers.
That sucks too. There's actually a lot wrong with it. And you know what? Hopefully you get reincarnated as a woman and you can see how much it sucks.
And hopefully you get reincarnated as a man so you don't have to experience periods which clearly bring you a lot of agony.
Actually, I love being a woman. I don't want to ever be a man. I think that's why I'm a woman.
May you come back
I've already been a million
as a female cockatoo.
Yeah, I've been a million men.
You have?
It's beneath me.
You think you think reincarnation goes man, ant-man, cricket man, dog man, woman,
is
and
clearly
then Nirvana,
superior.
And then Nirvana.
I don't know why it's not an obvious idea. Women give birth.
Whoa, really? Women do?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
I'm
still reeling from giving birth.
I'm still reeling that you did that for me, honey. How about let's reel from another secret?
Let's reel in another secret.
Okay, sorry. I can't always do the perfect riff. I'm not a woman.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, Secrets Hotline. So I was about 22, my first time doing ecstasy. Not super sexually experienced either, but I got my girl back to the place after we'd been rolling pretty hard, and I start reaching climax at the end. It's just lasting forever. Like I'm coming for like, it feels like a minute and a half. It's the best. Suddenly I realize that no, I'm not coming. I've been peeing inside of her and I can feel the water pulling up. Whoa. I get up, run, go to the bathroom, finish. Somehow she doesn't notice. She just thinks it was sweat or something. I don't know. Never brought it up to her. Never brought it up to anyone afterwards. Anyways, thanks for the podcast. Love it.
That's a really polite girlfriend because it would stink.
She knew.
Of course. It's
right.
How do you not smell pee unless she doesn't have a good
sense of smell? Well, it's fresh pee. Fresh pee doesn't smell.
Is that true?
Oh yeah. It's old pee that smells.
No, that is not true.
Yes. Oh well, okay, you're right. If you haven't drank a lot of water, I guess it can smell instant. But there's a word for that, right? There's a term for that group.
What?
Free peers. Yeah, they just let it flow.
I mean, what do you think of that?
Peeing baby buster.
I'm kind of on board with shielding your partner from things that are disgusting about you. I think I'm like pro that because I have friends who are like, yeah, fucking hemorrhoids and have to take a big shit and my husband just has to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm good with the decisions you've made. And I shield you from disgusting things too. We don't have that kind of relationship. We're not, even though we're married 7 years, we're not, I wouldn't say intimate.
Right. We're the kind of people who just like, you just like use my toothbrush.
Why would you bring that up again? It's been weeks.
All right.
Still traumatized by it? Look, what can I do? I'm sorry. I'm still traumatized by all those comments from last week. Do people think they do everything perfect? That's what I wonder when I see these comments online. Do you do everything perfect? Or do you make mistakes too? Suck a ding dong.
Yeah, but make mistakes, or it's like your way of life.
Do people have everyone out there has their shit completely together? Their way of life is exactly dialed up.
Wow,
I'm looking.
This like really battered you.
The internet always batters me, honey. There's nothing unbattering about the internet.
You're like a battered bride.
What I am is I'm a baby buster. I'm a battered baby buster. I'm a free battered baby buster who bleeds and pees and puddles.
Well, listen, I would love to take another secret, but it's 7:00 and our nanny, I need to go like.
Was that 2 or 3? Well, let's do one more.
Hey, Moshe, Natasha. Hola. First
Hola.
of all, I love your show and I've been listening to it since episode 1.
Aww.
Anyway, here's my secret. So I have a roommate and we each have our own bathroom, and what do you say? I clog the bathroom. I clog my toilet. So because I am a little ashamed, I've been pooping in the backyard and burying my poopy, So for all we know, there's a whole cemetery of poopy in the backyard, camping style, I'm a little embarrassed because it's the second time that happened, that I clogged the toilet by, stupidly dropping some, like chemical in it, not chemical, like, what do you say? Some cleaning material that I shouldn't be, But anyways, that's my secret. I feel a little better, but I still gotta call the plumber at some point. Mwah!
I mean, no.
Call the plumber now.
And stop pooping in your backyard.
Outside. I mean, peeing in your yard, like our little kid is always like, I'm going to do a nature pee. I'm
cute.
good with that. That's cute. Nature poop? No, we're going inside.
Well, when you're actually in nature, it's okay, but don't clog your own toilet and then. But by the way, okay, listen, lady.
I'll start a GoFundMe. I mean, plumbers are expensive, but I feel like this is something that could be. First of all, you need to get a really good plunger.
Yeah, just get a plunger
and get a plumber
and stop putting things that don't belong in the bathroom. Okay, but wait.
Oh, and make sure you know that you don't flush your tampons, because I didn't know that.
Well, here's what I am gonna say. We were saying the things we're grateful to about each other. Let me say that the people who listen to this podcast, whether they abuse me about your toothbrush or not, I am genuinely and sincerely grateful to them, especially people that have been listening to us for a long time, because we created like a little fun community of people, and I love our listeners, and I love doing this podcast with you.
Thank you.
Oh, and not only that, there's one more thing. I love you when people leave us secrets. You can leave one at 213-222-8608.
Or send us an email if you want to be a guest on the Endless Honeymoon Pod at endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com. Tell us your story. And also follow us on Instagram. But most importantly, if you're on YouTube, leave us a comment and subscribe.
And we're found wherever you can find your podcast. And I will be found in your arms tonight, Natasha. Because why? Because even though I am a baby buster, I love my Gen X honey.
I love you too.